Hello and welcome to UTB Blogcast number 98. We're closing in on 100, and with us tonight is Dave, Roy, and Brad. Say hello, boys.
Hello, boys.
Hello, boys.
All right.
Hey, you're late.
We would be a terrible barbershop quartet.
Let's go ahead and jump right in and talk about the updates that we got today to our BlackBerry apps.
We got updates to our BlackBerry apps.
We did. Brad, why don't you talk a little bit more in detail?
That's what I got. Actually, you know what? Some of these updates were, I'm so used to seeing bug fixes and, this sort of stuff. And a couple of these actually had some decent additions to them. The keyboard, I got the keyboard later than everything else. Did you guys get the keyboard at the same time as everything?
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
That's the keyboard that we were running the beta on. So it's got the little hamburger menu now that will bring up all the other little features, which is nice. I'm sure you guys noticed stuff. I'm sitting here going through it because I was going to be sure and make notes on this before we started and completely forgot about it.
Yeah, I don't think I have a hamburger. Maybe it's just a Q1 thing, or I don't have it yet. Or I'm late for dinner because there's just no hamburgers or something. With a pickle. I want a pickle.
Let's see, the Contacts app says a fresh look and feel with new contact icons across the app. And what am I seeing different? Are they just bigger? Are they bigger?
The icons in the calendar app?
No, in the Contacts app.
Oh, in Contacts.
Seems like my favorites are a different size and shape. All contacts.
They're not blocky. They used to be big blocks of color, and now they're more like circles, and they have a white background.
Yeah.
I guess this is what fresh looks like. I guess fresh is less colorful.
It's fresh.
Yeah, like Subway sandwiches.
Oh, the productivity tab, which I meant to try this.
I haven't played with it yet either.
This is good. This makes it totally better as far as productivity wise, because the productivity edge, as I recall it, because I really haven't been using it, is more of a reader, right? Now we've got the ability to create, and every one of the things we can add a contact, we can add a calendar appointment, we can write an email. I really wish BBM was part of it, but that's really nice. It just made it tons more useful. This is something that I would use.
Well, I'll have to goof around with that because I haven't been a big user of the productivity tab up till now. I've left it there so that I can check in on it every now and again, but I haven't been as productive as I should, I suppose. Maybe I should start.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was a reader. And for me, it was easier to go into my hub, really. But having everything there, your tasks and calendar, and the ability to add to them, I think that's kind of huge, honestly. That's what she said.
Yeah.
And that's good. So, I mean, honestly, at this point, I could take my task app, my calendar app, and my contact app off of my home screen because I could get to everything this way.
Well,
That's
there you
good.
go.
I like that.
He likes
That's
that.
a time saver. BlackBerry Hub now has integration for Skype Lite, Zalo, and Kakao. I don't know what Zalo is.
Email improvements, notification enhancements, and admin enhancements for your enterprise thing.
That's nice.
I think the most interesting update is for the keyboard.
Say what?
The keyboard.
The keyboard, yeah. the keyboard update is the most interesting one I used and checked it.
Well,
yeah, I was using the keyboard before, and I really liked it. I like having that little menu that just pops everything up instead of hitting the three buttons. Because there are times that I want to use those ugly little Android emoji, right? Like today, sure there are. Like today in group, Wayno wanted to put a duck up, and there's no duck in BBM emojis, but there is in Android. But he also thought that those were all new emojis, and I don't believe they are. One that I like, because you use BlackBerry Notable, right, Roy?
Yeah.
Now you use it more for notes, right? You don't really use it for image creation, or?
No, more just notes.
Yeah, because I've tried using it, especially for the stickers. They're the BBM stickers, the BBM emoji. I love those guys. I use them on everything. But so you line them up and you do the little snapshot, and you go into your photo editing app, and you can't find it. Right there, it's Notable notes are saved somewhere else, and the big update on Notable, it seems, is save your image everywhere or anywhere you like. So that is something that I'm really excited about, and I haven't tested yet, but that's huge. I haven't liked the fact that I don't know where those are being saved. I can't get to the images. It kind of, I found myself taking screenshots of my images so that I could go in and edit with them.
And the privacy shade, BlackBerry added 3 more sizes that you can choose when you hide your screen. So until now, I had only 2.
I just noticed that it's not a sticky in my notifications anymore.
Yeah, no. On mine also.
I think when you open it, it becomes one. Yeah,
but if you close it, it will disappear from your stick.
There's also apparently a screen dimmer option for privacy shade.
yeah, because I just opened it for the first time, and it defaults to a dim instead of a black screen. Double tap to change the size. Yeah, I mean, I gotta admit, I haven't really been using the privacy shade, and it seems like they've added a lot to it since the last time I did. Make it brighter or darker. That's nice. That I like these updates today. It's not just bug fixes,
Yeah, there's another update to the BlackBerry launcher that allows you to customize your own screen better. And there's icon packs inspired by BlackBerry OS and BB10.
Excellent.
Now I can't get out. My privacy shade is permanent. There it is. Okay.
No, you pull it down and you can get rid of it.
I was like, I'm never going to see my whole screen again. But no, it's there.
One thing I noticed was, oh, and by the way, I changed icons to BB7 icons just for the nostalgic fun of it and the smaller size.
So did I. I like the BB7 better.
Yeah. And so if you go and look at your settings, which pops you into your launcher settings, you get dark theme, and turn that on, and automatically it makes a dark theme out of your your all apps selections in the bottom middle of your screen. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we had it from the beginning,
I know in the app selection you could have that, but I didn't realize that toggled your actual launcher settings screen.
Oh.
And maybe it was, and I just didn't notice it. Because I didn't just get up this morning. I'm not all spry like Roy.
Hey, the BlackBerry Power Center, was that there before?
I think
this is
maybe
the
that's
battery.
a key one thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the
Is it?
battery center.
Okay, because
wait.
I had not noticed that before. I got an update to it today, but I did not notice it.
It's the DDEC app for battery. It tells you what you need to do to save battery and stuff.
Huh. That's something that you need on a key one? Really?
Um,
I mean, there's times that you just want to use your phone 4 days in a row. Is that what?
Yeah, that's like old home week, when phones were phones instead of computers. So what else is there in there? Any other goodies?
I think we might have ran through all the updates. I mean, because most of them, everything was updated, but there's a lot of bug fixes that we're used to seeing. But there's a lot of new stuff, and I think we talked about it.
Yeah, I think we pretty much hit the highlights. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Key 1. We've had some things happening with the Key 1 this week. Probably the most notable is the new black Key 1 that's coming to AT&T. Well, new old black Key 1.
Yeah, new old black Key 1. We've got another exclusive. They got another exclusive and another version.
Okay, well, is this black and increased RAM and 64 gig storage, or is it just black and 3 gigs with 32?
I believe so, and 1 SIM card slot.
The latter.
It's not just black. It's space black.
Oh, that's a different kind of black. Yeah, maybe they painted it black.
I just really hope and really think that was an AT&T idea. I really hope it wasn't BlackBerry Mobile sitting there going space black.
Yeah.
Apple's already got matte black and glossy black.
I think they had space gray too, didn't they?
Maybe.
Uh-huh. It's pretty groovy, I think.
I'm just like, when we get it, are there going to be like flecks and sparkles in it? That's what makes it space black.
Or rounded corners.
It's got rounded corners. It's definitely got rounded corners.
Blackberry.
Huh?
I want a sparkly BlackBerry. Why can't that be a thing?
It's too Smurf.
You could probably get a really good deal on those sparkly iPhone cases now that we're burning people, giving them chemical burn.
Not funny for the poor people that got burned.
I know, and you can't even make fun of Apple with that because Apple wasn't the ones making them. But now you're like, okay, now you've got an explosive phone and a chemical burn case. It's now an IED. It's a weapon of mass destruction.
It is, and it's like, the people who bought that got burned not only figuratively but literally.
It not only explodes, but it flings chemical agents at you.
And physically.
The space black is the same as the silver for the specs. 3 GB RAM.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I'm just really excited it's coming to AT&T. I really am, and I do think the black is more of an eye catcher. I think it'll do better in the store. I think it's something that people will stop and look at. I really do.
It will not be in stores, I think, according to the AT&T site or BlackBerry Mobile. It will be enterprise customers and online for regular customers.
So then it's not going to do shit for the people in the stores. Okay, so.
Well, that's interesting. That's the way TELUS up here started, and then everybody bitched, and they changed their mind and offered it to everyone straight up. So you never know.
They really need to get it in the stores, and there's no excuse not to. I mean, the Key 1 has been selling out everywhere in every version. I mean, you can't even find the CDMA anymore. People want the phone. you know, and if it turns into a case where, you know, this store is overstocked on them, but this store is selling out, then just transfer the stuff. Don't put it in the store. Let people see it. Let them buy it. This is a TCL phone. There's other TCL phones in the stores. And this is the first BlackBerry that I can recall that is just getting an overwhelming response. You know, it's like, AT&T, don't be stupid again. And they're my carrier, and I'm so frustrated with them.
I just hope they actually let their employees know that the phone exists. Because when I bought my passport, they're like, "What do you mean there's BlackBerry? AT&T exclusive. How do you not know about it?"
I remember when I got my Priv, I walked into the store and I was like, "Hey, you know, do you sell the Priv?" Because I had my Priv, right? And I went into a store and they had the big sign behind them, you know, it covered up the wall of the Priv. And I was like, "Oh, do you have that here?" Because this was a different store. And they're like, "No, it hasn't come out yet." I was like, "Really?" I've got it in my pocket. I bought it at the other AT&T across town. And it's like they've got a giant poster in their store and they're telling people it hasn't come out yet.
It just shows you what is the quality of those salespersons. And I'm very gentle on how I describe them.
Roy's not pulling any punches. You had your coffee this morning, you know? Or no, you don't do coffee, do you?
No.
No, you know, you're just naturally this way.
Well, it's great to see.
Maybe we should start harassing AT&T again. Like back in the old BB10 days, we'll just start harassing them, get this in the stores. Why don't you try and sell something?
It's an AT&T thing to bring only exclusive and different device than the other carriers. I remember the passport was also a different passport and exclusive to AT&T.
Yeah, they had to grind down the corners.
Yeah,
that's why it was so late getting there.
It was a curvy passport.
Yeah, a lot of filings on the floor after that. Okay, so who thinks that TCL made a big batch run of these things for AT&T, and you know that's a similar run that they did for Optimus to kick off the sales in India? Different board though, right? Different memory and different RAM.
I don't know.
There's just so many streams.
Maybe it was just easier to paint the returns black and sell them to AT&T.
Oh, did you have the little black marker out, or
no? That's the adhesive. They couldn't get it all in the line. No, but honestly, I mean, I don't know.
Boo.
AT&T is a huge carrier here. I want to see the phone in the stores, and
I think there's a shot for that.
The black is an amazing looking phone. Like, I really wish the black would have been around first, because I would have really loved to have had the black.
You know what? I really like them both. I don't know which one I'd like more. What's that?
I like the silver better. It's more dynamic.
Yeah, I like them both. The silver one reminds me of a Passport SE, which I really, really like.
Yeah, me too.
And the black one is just badass cool. I like them
exactly. Both. The black one is badass cool, and it's something that I would feel very cool carrying around. But the silver one, I think, is more eye-catching, and I am definitely the guy that walks around with my BlackBerry in my hand so that people see it and ask what it is.
Yeah.
You know, if it's just an all-black phone, it's going to look like a slab to somebody walking by me.
And that's a lot better than what you used to walk around with.
Weren't you the one that was drooling over the frets on the silver version when it first came out?
The what?
The frets.
Weren't you the one that was drooling over the keyboard and the silver bit? Yeah, so...
Oh, I still do that. If anybody with a Key One, look at where those frets dig into the band that runs around it. And that's quality you don't see in phones. They didn't just butt them off like they've always done before, you know, where the frets butt off into band. They cut into the band. I think that is like the #1 design feature on this phone, and I don't see people really talking about it. But I just think that is, see if I can get it up here to where it's seen.
Mm-hmm.
Now my little camera is not going to focus on it.
Yeah.
But those little things are awesome. That's
funny because on a guitar, even on some fairly good guitars, the frets, same deal, is a big contention. Companies either dress them or file them properly, or they don't. And when they don't, man, that does not make the guitar. So frets, I get it.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Change the subject to some other stupid thing, Dave.
Well, let's actually stick to the key one and talk more about some of the ads that we have seen for it coming out.
I have not seen them because I don't watch regular TV.
Yeah, well, I don't watch an awful lot of ESPN, but apparently there's some ads happening there. Maybe they ran for a short term. I don't know if they're still running, but it's good to see, even if it's temporary, stuff like that going on. I've seen previously up here some ads for BlackBerry on sports events and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. And then also I've seen people on Twitter and whatnot showing pictures of advertisements in the subway in New York City and in general transit and whatnot. So I don't know if they're picking their spots or whether it's in more major locations in the US than just New York. I don't know whether they're just picking on New York and they're going to move on to LA later or what, but maybe they're picking on the financial industry in New York and Wall Street and whatnot. They're not sure what we'll see in the future, but it's good to see some stuff up on advertisement platforms, where people are physically walking around, not just in the digital media or on TV.
And because I'm following the American Soccer League, BlackBerry Mobile are the sponsor of the goal of the day or something like this, and they call it the Do More moment by BlackBerry Mobile. So every soccer fan in America get exposed to BlackBerry Mobile and the key one.
Cool. I guess they have to
do more with the key one.
Yeah. I guess they have to strike her while the iron is hot. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah.
We also see the key one is getting released in Chile as well.
Yeah, who knows when that's coming out? Is that coming
September.
out right now or right away? Is it September?
I think 2 weeks from now, something like that.
Yeah.
And we know.
I know. Was there a date or was it just early September? I can't remember.
And from what I know, the key one will be launched in Brazil in a few weeks. So I think now BlackBerry Mobile are focused on Latin America.
Yeah, it looks like it. Where the heck else is there on planet Earth that they haven't released this thing yet?
Seriously.
My country.
Oh, really? I had to bring it up, right?
Yeah.
I can tell if Roy could reach through that thing and choke me, he would. Run away. Okay.
Poor Roy, Dave forgets you exist.
No, come on. I like Roy. Come on.
But Latin America were a big market for BlackBerry in the BBOS days.
Yeah.
So a little bit nostalgic. Yeah, the key one can be a great success there.
And I think the final development for the key one this week was the fact that we found out it's getting Oreo.
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows about cookies in their browser. Now you get one in your phone or something.
I'm more interested about the DTEX support pages on BlackBerry Mobile. I mean, I haven't really looked at what's coming on Oreo,
Didn't we do that last week, or was I just complaining like a little bitch?
I posted the OR links. I think you shared it with us, Dave.
Yeah.
That the DTEC 50 and the 60 support page on BlackBerry Mobile site. And what I noticed is that in the bottom of the page there is hardware, software update section, and for all of them,
you wrote about that, and that was the killer thing that you see on that page. That's the killer thing, and I hope to God they didn't put it there, and then they take it away or whatever. Like, I don't know what those pages are there for, unless that is the whole reason, the raison d'etre. That better be the whole reason to be. How the hell are you, Wayno? Why that page got put up? Hey, I like to change it up anyway. For both the DTEC 50 and the DTEC 60, both those pages had the same thing on them, and I am, praising and praying that it is what I think it means. That we're going to either have instant, easy access to some security updates, or there's something better in store for us. And I won't even begin to pretend that I expect nougat now. I don't expect it, but man, that is a very interesting development.
Yeah.
So,
hey guys.
So there, yeah.
I just want to rip that from this podcast and have that as a sound drop of just silence and hey guys.
I couldn't find my headphones. These ones are from my white passport and the earbuds don't set in right. I couldn't get my mouse connected to my laptop.
I think it's because your ears are upside down. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Either that or the earbuds are upside down, one of the two.
Something.
How are we all?
So, anyway, wait a minute. We were getting Oreo for the key one. Come on. How many people are going to...
Yeah, and then you all derailed that.
How many people are going to dunk their phone in a glass of milk?
We're not iPhone users here, Dave.
That's what I want to know.
You're not going to find a BlackBerry user sticking his phone in the microwave to charge it. You're not going to get an operating system update and have people believe it makes it waterproof. These are actual jokes that they played on iPhone users.
It wasn't even April 1st.
This is actually things that iPhone users do.
Yeah, there were actually users out there that tried it. Yeah, I'm not saying there was a lot, but there were some. And Apple, those are your people.
Did you see that video I posted of the sheep?
I did.
You did?
I don't know what's going on.
I was silly enough to watch it.
Oh, come on, man. It was like the sheep herder walking out to the herd. And I swear this is true. He just stands up and says, "What do you want?" And all the sheep go, "Ah." All at once. There's like 100 of them. "When do you want it?" "Ah." We're talking iPhone user.
Yeah, we're talking Oreo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry.
So yeah. Anyone saw the new features on for the update?
I haven't, not yet.
I'm guessing Roy did.
They've got what?
Yeah.
A more extended version of the split screen thing.
Yeah, picture in picture.
Yeah, picture in picture.
Graphic
That's pretty
content.
cool.
And few more.
We won't have to pay for YouTube Red like any of us are.
Few more changes.
That I don't know.
What I thought is that why they call it Android 8. If you look at since the Marshmallow to Nougat to Oreo, it's basically a small updates, but Google for some reason decided that every update is a big update, and they changed the number. We could easily be on Android 5.6 by now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially with the last update. The last update should not qualify as a full leap.
I think they should call it 15 because that's a higher number than 11.
Well, you think about it. I mean, you know what the advertising is going to be. Android 8 Oreos. It's going to be 2 Oreos forming an 8. You know that's going to be it.
Yeah, that's kind of, something.
That's probably why we had an Android 7. They could be like, look, let's just hurry up and get to 8.
Yeah.
We'll change notifications in 7, and then we'll do something good.
Yeah. And while most manufacturers, vendors will update their devices somewhere in the end of the year, I think in this time Google will introduce Android 9. So everybody will want what?
Android popsicle.
Did Wayno just turn his camera off to burp? That's
But not his mic.
No, I was getting new
not how it
headphones
works,
because those
buddy.
other ones were crackling. The headphones I was using were crackling on one side, and
Oh yeah, that really sounded like a headphone crackle to me. Yeah. Totally, dude.
Next thing you know, he's going to turn his camera. He's going to turn his volume off to pick his nose.
Yeah.
We have comment
How
on the
disgusting.
live chat for Dave.
Okay.
Dave, you're a mess.
I'm a mess.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank whoever the hell
It's
said
from
that.
Aaron.
From
Aaron
Aaron.
Clark.
I'm a mess. Okay. And
He posted that during your sheep story, by the way.
yeah. Well, I mean, it could be my hairstyle, which is thinning, and it could be what I'm wearing, and it could be my attitude or whatever. But perhaps it's the whole package, Aaron. And I'm afraid you'll just have to like it. Thanks.
That's
It's nothing out of the ordinary.
You said that either.
I'm a mess. Yeah, that's me. So it
Just just join us on the after show when Dave unbuttons the rest of his buttons.
okay. Thank God you're not serious. Thank you.
And that's when he
moving
reclines
on.
himself on the lounge too.
No, we're moving along. We're moving along. We are moving along. Hey, Brad.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Oh, God.
You think I have problems?
I give up. I give up.
At least I
Talk about the
recognize
OS
females
licensing
when I
because
see
I know you were really excited about that news.
No, you know why I was excited about that news? Because I said that, last year? I honestly wanted...
So tell us how you were all right.
I was right, darn it. When we were talking about... it was in the forums last year, and it was just a what-if sort of scenario where I said, there's the... What do they call it? What did they call it? The plain Android that some
Vanilla?
of the... was it Android 1? No, it wasn't 1. But yeah, where some of the manufacturers are coming out with just straight Android, vanilla Android. And it's like, how great would it be if BlackBerry, if there's a BlackBerry edition of Android?
Yeah. Right.
And we're reaching that point. That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah,
BlackBerry's
no,
about to license. Yeah, BlackBerry's ready to license their version of Android to other manufacturers. So you can have, really, you look at it, Samsung offering the pure vanilla Android with a Google edition, whatever it is. You could have them offering the BlackBerry secure version where you're safe, and then you could have them offering their TouchWiz that slows everything down and makes it laggy as hell.
Yeah.
And it's like now you've got
do that. They've got their own version of Android. I can't see them.
Who?
They did the Google version. They did the Google version. And what's going on right now? People are getting hacked. How easy would it be for them to come out and say, look, we have a secure phone? I mean, honestly, I think Samsung would be the first people to do it because they are like the top phone manufacturer, right?
Yeah.
They've got the best hardware. Now, nobody competes with them on hardware. Everybody's complaint about Samsung is TouchWiz.
For better or for worse, that's true. And I think to expand on what Brad is saying, if you look at the 80-20 rule, which is probably more like 90-10 or whatever in this case, you know, for argument's sake, 10 or 20% of the planet want a phone that they can root and goof around with and do whatever they want with, whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. They're geeks and they want to get down and dirty with this thing and do whatever they want. But that's over there. By far, the largest amount of population that uses or buys Android is in the 80 or 90% of the population. And they don't care or don't even know what rooting is. They just don't care. And so for a manufacturer, in my humble opinion, to be able to offer the BlackBerry version of Android where you can't root it, they're going to end up, that manufacturer, with fewer crappy phone calls about why stuff doesn't work and why they, why there's a problem and whatnot, because you can't screw it up like you could with something you can root. So in my humble opinion, it's a good idea. Maybe I'm a little off base. Maybe I have rose-colored glasses on, but I kind of think it's a good idea, and I think that manufacturers would be smart to pick this up and maybe change its look around to look like whatever they want. It doesn't have to be the actual BlackBerry launcher per se. Be great to have the hub and everything else in there, of course. But if nothing else, get yourself the non-rootable thing going on there and skin it the way you want at the very, whatever, if that's what you want to do. And I think that you end up with a product with less problems for the masses.
Not only that, I mean, I don't think it's going to be some wildly successful runaway hit where suddenly everybody's gonna have a BlackBerry secure phone, but it's going to be an offering. It's going to be an offering that I think phone manufacturers will want to offer their customers because security is becoming a priority. It's not where it should be yet, but it is definitely gaining traction. People are definitely being concerned about it. Then the number of people that are concerned about it are going to grow and grow and grow. And BlackBerry really is the only company that is securing Android. Yeah, and you look at it from BlackBerry's standpoint, it is nothing but profit. That's already developed. Yeah. They're already making it for their hardware partners. They're already making it as part of their software offerings. And they can just offer it to other manufacturers for a licensing fee, right? It could be per phone. It could be any of those things.
If you read the post that the source of what we published on UTB, Chen said that it's not only smartphones. There are a lot of TVs,
right,
and other products that run Android.
Good point.
And I think that BlackBerry can secure TVs and much more, and it will be much greater than just smartphones.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point.
Well, that is one of the beauties of Android, if you want to say that, and I know that's kind of sacrilege to say around here, but Android runs a lot of stuff, not just phones. And like you're talking about the TVs, and that's what John Chen talked about, that if you look at the big security concern, was it last year, of what people had in their homes that was spying on them, it was TVs. Now there's these stories about the virtual assistants, right? And those, I mean, come on, we know those are Android based, except for Apple's overpriced Siri POS, but it even looks bad. But it looks like a pill. But but I mean, yeah, the BlackBerry Android, they can say, here's the OS, boom, there it is, and let the people have their offerings. Because I mean, do you really think Vizio is spending any time on the Android side of it? No, they're like, we just need a UI, put it on our smart TV so people can use it. And Vizio, come to find out, their TVs were spying on people and blah, blah, blah. And BlackBerry can come in and say, look, it's secure. Yeah, I think it was Vizio that was getting caught up by one of the viruses, right? And it was just like, tough luck. There's nothing we're going to do to fix it for you.
And
wasn't it
TCL
Vizio
making TVs? I don't remember. And TCL making TVs, so BlackBerry can strike a deal.
Yeah. I find it interesting that if it works its way into the IoT through, you know, a kickoff with stuff like TVs and whatnot, that BlackBerry 10 isn't the secured embedded thing. That's interesting. With the dangling participle, because nobody's talking.
You keep doing that, Dave.
Mm-hmm. Doing what? I didn't do anything. Anyway, no. OS licensing, I think, is a great thing, and I'm curious to see how many people are going to pick that up. You look at people like HTC, which are running around looking like you were talking about, Brad, in one of your posts. Excuse me. They're sort of got their hat in hand looking for partners. You know, please don't kill me. I want to still be alive. I'm wondering if somebody like an HTC might be interested in you know, offering something that's a little more secure. Look at IT departments. How many people want plain vanilla Android devices in their environment, which are whatever percentage you think, you know, in your world is more susceptible to issues, be it small or large? How many IT people would rather have a device in there that they know is non-rootable? How many people would in the IT space would rather have that? I would say damn close to 100%. That's just me if I was running it.
Yeah.
You know, so if more devices are like that, the more, you know, easy it is for, you know, enterprise IT administrators to go, yeah, you know what, that's a cool device, that works, no problem, this, that, and the other thing. That one, I don't know. I just rather have something that's non-rootable in that I have to control.
Well, like, yeah, especially those companies that do provide the phones, and there's a lot of companies that provide Samsungs to their employees, and I'm going back to Samsung again. They do, and if they could offer the same phone, like you're saying, Dave, that is safe. Now, membership in the chat is saying, actually, I'll just read what he says. I'm not sure about non-rootable without also licensing BlackBerry hardware root of trust in the CPU. The secure OS would still be more resistant to hacking, viruses, and have frequent updates, though. Now,
yeah, well, that's a good statement, and I don't want to cut you off, so I'll let you go on.
No. I'm just. Don't you think that would be part of it, though?
I would have thought so, but I don't know, because now, you know, let's roll back a sec. BlackBerry licensed their OS to TCL. BlackBerry licensed their OS to Optimus. BlackBerry licensed their OS to Meraputty. All three of those have to sign their hardware with the operating system. I do not see that being any different moving forward. You never know what's going to happen when you get up in the morning. But I don't see that. Like, what is the point in licensing your BlackBerry OS, the Android version of BlackBerry OS, if it's not that secure? What is the freaking point? So I vote that that's what does happen. Just now that I've thought
I
about
agree.
it. Good question.
I think that would be. I just think that would be part of it. I agree.
I think so.
Just on the subject of updates, there's 4 of us here with key 1s. Out of you guys, has everyone got the August update yet?
Yeah.
Not me,
Erica?
not on the Q1.
Why is that? Who's pushing these updates? Is it BlackBerry? Is it BlackBerry Mobile? Is it the carriers?
I believe
What's
it's
the story?
BlackBerry Mobile.
So
Not
why are
being
some
in the club,
devices-
I'd suggest that it was up to the carriers and whether it was purchased unlocked or not, and basically, which carrier and whatnot. It's kind of the same story, it sounds like, as it has been with almost any BlackBerry device, especially in the Android world.
Yeah, but it used to be that devices bought through Shop BlackBerry were, pretty much the first to receive the update. They're not selling the devices now, so that point is kind of mute at the moment. Mine's unlocked. It was bought from the UK from Clove, so it's not a locked device. It's running on Vodafone, which they don't support the key 1. But
so what update are you on?
I'm still on July.
Okay, so
But,
I'd say get rid of your SIM card, reboot your phone on Wi-Fi, and check it again.
That's what I would do.
Because
your update's not going to come from your carrier. It's just not with the unlocked phone. But it may be getting in the way of it, possibly, potentially.
Well, it might if it was purchased. It might if it was purchased elsewhere, but still available from your existing carrier. You might get that. But if it's not available from your carrier at all, then I'm thinking that you're not going to get it with your SIM in the slot, and I'd remove it. I think he's removing his SIM. He wants to call BS on this. I think he's got his SIM tool removal out. I'm kind of worried.
All right.
Look, he did it.
Kidding. My phone shows that my security pack August 5th.
I've been mashing this update button like 20 times a day.
Yeah, as do I.
Since the 5th of August when it was released.
Yeah, as do I.
And I'm ready to curse because, it was public.
Australians don't curse, man. That's weird.
Oh, yes, we do. We curse smarter than anyone else.
No. Only when you put
only
when you put shrimps on the Barbie.
As I was saying when I was being talked over, the date on my security patch level was August 5th. I didn't even notice it when I downloaded it.
Okay, yeah, mine too.
Well, I'm not on automatic updates. I turn mine off. I like to know when I'm getting updates. That goes for apps in the Google Play Store too. I've turned everything off automatic. So,
well, maybe that's the problem.
Why should that be a problem? You've got the update check. You've got the update check there that's checking online for it.
Well, you're sounding kind of negative.
It shouldn't be a problem.
Are you on automatic, Erica?
Yeah, I think so.
I think she is.
Roy, are you on automatic?
Yeah.
Oh, you are too? Okay. Yeah. Just checking.
And
I'm on automatic, but I'm not in the club.
We had get an update faster than the DTX 60? That is the question. A riddle. A Verizon Priv device.
Verizon.
Yeah,
they got an update. Wait a minute.
Well, you're in a different hemisphere.
Yeah, take a pill. Wait a few minutes. Wait a while. Reboot your phone, man.
My July update.
It's checking now.
Okay.
My July update arrived in the end of July, so I'm not worried about the update.
Yeah, we're talking the end of August now. Like, these updates were supposedly coming out day dot.
It's a monthly update, not start of the month's update. So
it is a monthly update, but they were supposed to be pushed out pretty much straight away when they were available. to all devices. And I never had issues with the Priv. The Priv always got the updates on time. Okay,
Yeah,
within 2 or 3 days of the 5th, you'd have it by the 7th or the 8th.
Yeah, and I think you got your Priv from a local carrier, right?
It was unlocked from a local carrier, but it was
Right.
unlocked, yeah. So
there's the difference.
Yeah, because my Priv was an AT&T Priv, or is an AT&T Priv, and no, I did not get the updates on time.
Yeah, the carrier's
my
not.
AT&T.
The carrier's not putting any of their software on it. They're just selling the devices.
I know, but they have to.
If it's a carrier phone,
they have to approve and relay
the
update that they get. And if they don't want, if they don't want to approve it or they don't want to relay it after they approve it, you don't get it.
Yeah, carrier phones get their updates from the carrier.
Right.
So, I mean,
Here I am with the DTEC 60 in Canada. I bought it off of Shop BlackBerry unlocked. I have I'm on TELUS, as most of you know, and TELUS never sold, nor did any other carrier sell the DTEC 60. So I get stuff when the source decides I get stuff. Right. Forget the carrier. So
doesn't matter if it's locked or unlocked. If it's a carrier phone, that's where you're getting it from.
Right. So because my phone is sort of in flux, or it was, it went from being a BlackBerry responsibility to being a TCL responsibility a couple of weeks ago, or whenever that was. They have to hash that out so that I can get my updates. And that rolls back to one of the conversations we had before Wayno started, which was the websites that Roy blogged about, for the DTEC 50 and 60. Hopefully that'll be part of it.
Now the DTEC 50 has got its update.
Yeah.
Right, and there you go. And it was all over the carriers everywhere, not the 60.
Which that's true too, because my DTEC 50, I believe, what's Nick on? It was Nick's phone. So is that a TELUS? I think that's a TELUS phone.
He's on TELUS, yeah.
And so that's when that got the update, is when TELUS pushed out the update, right?
Yeah.
Even though I'm unlocked and with an AT&T SIM now. I don't know, the whole thing confuses me.
Yeah, it's fun.
I know with my Q5, because I also got that from Nick. I get a lot of phones from Nick. And it was a TELUS Q5. And he actually sent me a TELUS SIM with it because I was on AT&T. And, they're not going to push any updates out for the Q5. They never sold the Q5. So whenever a OS update came out, I would go put in the TELUS SIM and I would collect the update. It was an inactive SIM. I connect through Wi-Fi, but that's how I got my updates on my Q5.
Right. So maybe I should mail Wayno my old TELUS micro or nano SIM.
Okay, so here's a theory: if the updates are coming from the carrier, and my carrier doesn't support the key 1.
Well, it depends on what your key 1 is. If it is a truly unlocked phone, it should be coming from BlackBerry Mobile. If it was a carrier phone that was unlocked and sent to you, then it's going to come from that carrier.
Well, Clove didn't sell carrier devices. They were all unlocked.
So then it's not going to have anything to do with the carrier as far as your update. The only thing that, like what Dave and I were talking about earlier, is the carrier SIM might potentially get in the way of the update.
Well, right. I don't know. When
I've never heard of that.
When I did get the key 1 and set it all up and then hit the update button, it checked and there was an update there for it. So, but nothing ever since.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, maybe they're rolling it out country by country. You know what I mean? Maybe they don't have the servers to push it out worldwide at once. They're not pushing out the phone worldwide at once.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going in reverse alphabetical order. I don't know.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Maybe if I hold my phone upside down and check.
There's your update.
Good idea. Put it on the Barbie next to the shrimp.
Okay, so what's up next? People are the savages are growing weary. Eric is
We've talked about all the app updates that came through, yeah?
Yes. I think we scooped that in before you showed up.
Hey, Dave, why don't you talk about Walmart?
Talk about what now?
Walmart.
Well, yeah, more Keywin. Originally, like a month and a half or something ago, Walmart.ca put the Keywin up on their website, and everybody was all excited about that. I actually thought that was really weird, right out of left field, and it it seemed as though, excuse me, people who ordered that, because it was a web-only thing, like you wouldn't go into a store and get it, you'd just buy it online. People who actually completed a sale and expected shipping, when the package arrived at the door, they'd open it up and inside it was a DTEC 60. So this happened on multiple occasions, apparently. And so if I'm not mistaken, just this week, they actually decided to change things. And, if you push the button to order a Keywin, you actually get one. So I haven't tried that, and I'm not going to, but that's the news. That's the rumor. If you click on a button in Walmart.ca and ask for a Keywin, you actually get one this week. Yay! Duh. I mean, I wouldn't have been pissed off necessarily with a DTEC 60, but if you want a keyboard, that would be a lunch bag letdown. So, what can I tell you? So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I think that about wraps things up for me. You guys have anything else you want to talk about?
iOS 11.
Oh, yes, that. I don't pay attention to iOS, so that's all you guys.
Neither do I. I don't care. But iOS 11 is a little bit of a core change in their operating system. And one of the things that is changing in the system is how they deal with background updates. And by that I mean, and this affects me in my industry, telecom, where we sell applications that connect to our telephone systems all over planet Earth. And iOS has been habitually a bit painful, let's say, in dealing with background processes and sucking up battery life, killing your battery. So they've changed something in iOS 11 where apps that run in the background consume less battery life and get better notifications. Thing is, you have to, the servers that they connect to after this upgrade have to be ready for that. So there's a lot of work that I have to do anyway, or we have to do in order to get ready for this. But if you saw that BlackBerry was ready for iOS 11 for their UEM platform, what used to be BES, whatever, and in the enterprise, then the reason that they're giving a crap about this is because of this fundamental change in the operating system, where background updates for apps are happening in the background with much more efficiency. So all they're saying is that they can handle this straight up day one, no problem. It works. I don't know how many other UEM manufacturers can say that, other software vendors that do this kind of thing. I don't know who else can do that right off day one, but BlackBerry's just saying that they're ready for this, and that's a good thing for all you iOS users that aren't watching this right now. That's the skinny on that. So there.
Hey, for BlackBerry being on the ball.
Mm-hmm. And you know they have to be, because they've got their hooks in enterprise deeply, and whether we like it or not, there's iOS boxes in there, be they iPads or that iPod that has a phone thing in it. That was a shot, by the way.
Now in the live chat, memberships mentioned the solar eclipse. I believe Brad took some good video footage of the solar eclipse.
Did he?
No, I got some good video footage sent to me. Yeah, good times. We don't need to. Yeah, well, you guys didn't have the eclipse there, did you, Roy and Wayno? That was just us.
No.
Yeah, but so I mean, yeah, I saw it. It was cool.
Yeah, thank God I didn't get the eclipse that you got.
Yeah,
I bought a new amp last weekend, and I didn't get home till after midnight on Sunday night, and so I took Monday off to get familiar with it and ready for practice. And I get up early and I'm doing this and that, and you know the time rolls around in Pacific time. It might have been 10:20 or something where the apex was, and I go, oh, I almost forgot about this. So I look out the window, and it's like really light out there. What the hell? So I check the times. Yeah, I'm right at the apex. So I run out on the deck, and it's like almost exactly the same as it ought to be, even though I'm in a zone where it's like 88%, not quite 90, but 88 to 90% coverage. And I was just blown away by the fact that it was still very, very light outside with only 10 or 12% of the sun.
Yep.
Amazing.
Oh, I was in. It was almost 99% where I was.
Wow.
So it was dark, like nighttime?
No, it wasn't. Where I was at, because I was at work when it happened, it was like dusk. It got darker,
Right.
but it didn't get dark.
There you go. And I know
just
people.
But it did get, from what I understand, it did get completely pitch black in 100% totality cover.
I know people that were right in the path of 100%. And this guy I know, he's another guitar player, and he's in his business. He's got the barbecue out and invited 30 or 40 people over for hot dogs and whatnot back east. And it just goes completely pitch dark, and the crickets are out, and the animals are weird, and, and none of that happened here, even at close to 90%. Nothing.
How long did it last for?
Minutes.
Okay.
Did you see there's a video out there where somebody flew through it, and so you're looking at the sun, and then you see it turn black, and then you see it turn bright again, and they're like over the clouds. It's a really impressive little video.
No, I haven't seen that. I want to see that. Yeah.
I did see pictures of the International Space Station photo bombing the eclipse.
Yes, that was awesome. You can
Very
totally
cool.
see it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or something. Did we exhaust ourselves?
I think so. Should
Yeah,
I tell my website story?
You go right ahead and
Okay,
tell your website story. Let's hear your website story. We want to know.
Just because it's funny, and I know I was thinking yeah. So I ordered something off a website this week. I ordered a laser etcher. I'm going to try and laser etch UTB blogs and pretty much everything I own, and the Spark, the BBM Spark, and everything else that I own. And I order it from a Chinese site, Dave? I think it's a Chinese site.
It is. I'll let you say what the name of it is.
Order it from a Chinese site because it's way cheaper than ordering it from Amazon, but it's the same exact thing I was looking at on Amazon. No big deal. It didn't go through. It denied my card, and I didn't know why. So then I turned around and I used my PayPal, which the PayPal takes the money directly from my card, and it went right through, no problem. Didn't think anything else of it. Used my card yesterday, used my card today, and then I went for lunch, and I go to buy my food, and my card doesn't work. And, normally you think they just send you on your way, and I'm hungry. I've got a limited amount of time to eat, and I'm hungry, and the guy at the counter, he gave me my food. So now not only do I feel stupid because my card didn't work, but now I feel stupid because I'm this guy's charitable act for the week, right? So I go and I sit in their parking lot, and I eat the food, and it's really good. And I call my bank, and so I'm dealing with my bank, and they're running through all of my charges, because they put a hold on my card because they said there was odd activity. So on one hand, I'm thinking, okay, somebody stole my card, but then they're running through all my charges. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And they're listing off the stores, they're listing off everything. And I'm agreeing that, yeah, that's me. And she gets the one site and she spells it out instead of says it. And it's like, yeah, that's me. That was my laser etcher. And so then she's like, okay, these are all yours. We'll get your card turned back on. So she puts me on hold to go take care of it. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about, why they turned off my card and why she spelled the one store instead of said it like everything else. And then it hits me that the name of the site is Banggood. and anybody that's listening to this can go to banggood.com. And you'll see there's a bunch of drone stuff. You'll see there's a bunch of electronics. Everything they sell is that type of stuff. It's a Chinese site. Why it's called Banggood, I have no idea. But I'm sitting here talking to this very polite, friendly-sounding woman who works about, a block away from where I work. And now that I've been speaking to her, she knows right where I work. And I'm sitting there. And when she asked me, did you, was this couple $100 purchase from Banggood yours? And I'm like, yeah, that was me.
It was a really good bang.
Oh,
so
my
the next
God.
time she comes into your store, she'll look at you and say, I know you, and I know what you're up to.
I got on, like, the minute she came back from putting me on hold, before she could even tell me that my card was activated, like, the first words out of my mouth were, it's such a horrible name for a website, I was like, please. I was like, you've got to go to the website. It's Chinese electronics. I was like, it's cheap stuff. I'm like explaining it to her. And I'm trying to convince her that this is what it is. And now at this point, she's laughing at me, right? But I can hear it in her voice. She's not going to go to the website. She probably thinks I'm trying to get her to go look at a dirty website with me.
Yeah. No.
So,
in Brad's defense, it's true. I've been into multi-rotors, or what people call drones, for a while, and that's extremely popular site for getting parts or actual, complete drones ready to fly or whatever. Banggood.com, just like it sounds.
And I really think you're the one that told me about this.
I probably did, and I didn't even think about it. But it's just it's embarrassing. Anyway, you know what I think you should do, Brad, is put a plug in for this restaurant that gave you a free meal.
It was fast food. It was Arby's. And
way to go, Arby's.
Here's the thing: when
Banggood.
I sat in their parking lot to get my card operating. And then as soon as my card was operating again, which took half of my lunch, probably because everyone at the bank was laughing at this dude that spent, that much money at Banggood.com. Yeah. Then I went back inside to pay.
Exactly. What did you buy? Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't just a little thing I bought. So I went back in to pay, and they wouldn't let me pay. Like the only thing they wanted to know is what happened. And I was like, I ordered something online, and they turned off my card. And the guy's like, "Yep, it's happened to me too."
Shouldn't have
and then he wouldn't let me pay.
Shouldn't have gone for the plated inflatable sheep.
I felt like asking him. I was like, "Was it banggood.com when it happened to you?" But here's the lesson. Good is a good site, a good store. They've got all kinds of stuff really cheap. Don't use your credit card where you may need to speak to someone at your bank. Just go with PayPal. It works great.
Terrible, but true. Banggood. Yeah. It's all good at Banggood.
Where you get good bang for your buck.
That's right.
Maybe that's why they named it that. Like, seriously, I spent the rest of my day, because I never thought about it before. I'm pretty sure Dave's the one that told me the site, and I don't recall ever questioning it.
Don't? That was the first thing that popped into my mind.
Well, I put the link to what I was buying in the group like 3 days ago, and nobody questioned Banggood.
I was laughing so hard. I
I
got it.
I'm just so happy I realized what it was as I was on hold, so I could at least attempt to explain to this woman.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Maybe she's having a couple of drinks and checking the site out right now. You never know. You just never know.
Okay.
So are we ready to say good night?
I think we are. Good night, folks.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.